You know how the right came to dominate online media? You know why there are so many young people who are basically neo-Nazis and they don't even understand it? They don't even know why they're neo-Nazis? Because the right has been incredibly effective in reaching people, reaching out to people on day-to-day issues that affect them personally. Mostly sexual insecurity stuff, but it goes into everything. Anime, gaming, clothing takes. Everything has been infiltrated. There's an aesthetic conservatism that is run a current through like all discourse, you know, and you have to deal with it in every level of society. Nothing is free from it. But you can do a lot more, I think. You can do a lot more for society from a leftist perspective, by treating every issue as a vehicle for the improvement and understanding of the world. For example, an understanding of the decline of American tailoring is directly connected to the death of American manufacturing, the death of the American small town, the death of American labor aristocracy, of expertise, of talent. Like, there are economic trends you can identify under here. But if you just look at it, you go, oh, fashion, boring. It's okay. Everyone has their interests, but it all ties together. Nothing is separate. It all pulls together a central thesis, a lens of analysis. It's all a component of the dialectic. Now, there are plenty of things I don't have an interest in. For example, and this, I get a lot of shit for this, music. It's not that I dislike music. It's just that I don't derive the same enjoyment from it that a lot of people do. I don't think there's anything wrong with music. It's just not, you know, whatever. Like, some people are more movie guys, you know. Some people are family guys. Well, it's not a moral judgment. It's just what people are into. But if somebody was like, yeah, you know, there's like a political thesis that you can derive from the beef between Drake and Kendrick and the way it relates to like broader culture and the commodification of black culture and of media and so on. Like, I would never look at that and go, no, that's lame because music is lame. You have to understand everything is a vehicle for a position that disagrees with you, so you better be on the right side of it. Or at the very least, don't disregard it. There are people who don't get involved in politics directly. They're not watching C-SPAN, but they do get involved in like online makeup or clothing or whatever, you know? And if they get into online content consumption through those venues, I don't want them to exclusively consume the content of dipshit rightists who are telling you, oh, well, the only way for you to look good is to get jacked. Fashion doesn't matter because fashion's gay and for women. And basically, like, women are whores anyway, so just focus on being tall, having abs, and having a big cock. Because a lot of young men unironically believe that shit, you know? What if they only, like, for basically, like, 10 years at minimum, maybe 15 years now, the main way young men get dating advice is from open misogynists online. Not even, like, coded misogyny, like that old boys will be boys kind of, you know, men and women are different, but, like, open woman hating, you know? Just really, really, really hateful shit. You gotta have the ability. You gotta have the ability to engage with all of these as like an element of the greater discourse. And I think, by the way, if the left could nail this, I think the right's fucking done. Because people connect with politics as it relates to their personal interests. Not everyone's watching C-SPAN. In fact, nobody is, because it's fucking boring, okay? But people are connecting to their personal interests, gaming, movies, anime, TV, whatever the fuck they care about, you know? And you gotta make sure they're getting a good perspective. They're getting an opportunity to see the world as it actually is, and not as a cheap vehicle for conservative politics. That's all. Part of the reason I talk about this stuff is because if you look up fashion tips for men, and this is true, by the way, I don't know if you've looked, but up until about 2 or 3 years ago, fashion advice for men on YouTube was literally just like a jacked guy being like, listen, bros, this is all you need. Yeah, here, 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 here. Yeah, capsule wardrobe. Nothing else even matters. Just look good. And it's all like red pill like pickup artist shit, basically. Or like the Steve Harvey bit. And Steve Harvey doesn't exactly have great political opinions himself. It's only been the past few years that a bunch of new creators have broken into that space and have made it not absolute dog water. You get what I'm talking about? I'm not even talking about the quality of the fashion advice. I'm talking about the political intent behind it. Because the perspective a lot of these people were getting at men's fashion from was not a love and beauty for the art form. It was, how do we use this as a vehicle for monetizing the insecurity of young men? You get me? What do women, top 10 fits women can't ignore. What women love to see in guys. Top 10 features that women can't get over in guys. Big forearms. So wear tight-fitting shirts. Like, the fashion, it wasn't about fashion. It was about pickup artistry. And now, over the past few years, I think that's improved massively. Now, the content, the space is a lot better in this respect. But I'm just saying, like, this applies broadly, okay? That's all. Because fascists don't understand art. Well, it's not just about fascists or understanding art. It's just about, like, the ability to engage with hobbies fairly. And I do maintain, by the way, that a lot of people who get really fucking, like, weird about the fashion stuff are being misogynistic because they do think of fashion as a uniquely trivial thing. You know what I mean? For instance, if they came over and I was talking about illustration, they would be like, oh, that's cute. That's like an artistic interest. Like I'm drawing or I'm talking about, well, here's like something about the design I really like. I think that you wouldn't get as much indignancy in people. Because they think, yeah, they think fashion's gay and for women, which to be fair it is, but we should all pretend, we should all pretend otherwise. We should all be good sports about it, you know? Drawing's a lot cheaper of a hobby though. I think fashion's genuinely too expensive for people too. No, don't do this, don't do this. For one, everyone wears clothes anyway, and for two, you can thrift, but also it's not about the entry point, you know? It's just about like using it as a vehicle for conversation, that's all. Not talking about, yeah, designer shopping. I buy expensive stuff, but I'm very, very lucky to be able to. And I've been trying to scope back on that a lot lately, you know? I've been trying to appreciate a fit and silhouette a lot more than, like, luxury materials. I got too many double RL fucking t-shirts, okay? No, I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I've only seen that fucking gif on Twitter. When she's sniffing the hog. It's pretty good. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I haven't watched it. You all get what I'm saying about the indignancy, though, right? Because if it was like illustration, I think people would see the bit and they would go, I'm not so interested in this, I'll leave. But with the fashion bit, people, and I see YouTube chat, I do have it up pretty often. They see YouTube chat and it's people being like, oh my God. It's like fucking... Dog, if you want, like, pure political commentary, turn on NPR radio, okay? What the fuck are you doing in a live stream chat on YouTube? Just put the segments in the back. Everything is a segment for the pure of heart, okay? For the pure of heart, everything is a segment. YouTube chat, stop being cringe. You guys did it too for a long while. You guys did it too for a long while. You're just complaining about how bad your job is. It is the hardest job in the world. That is true. That is true. Life is what happens when you're waiting for a segment. That's fucking true. That's actually facts, though. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I'll say this, okay? Something that made me real happy lately. Last thing I'll say, then I'll move on. We'll talk about whatever else. Like I said, for the longest time, the YouTube fashion game was pretty much entirely dominated by like 30s or 40s something, red pill, men's pickup artist types who talk about fashion for men as like a vehicle for seducing women, you know? It's not about looking good. It's not about aesthetics or culture or tradition or art. It's about like picking up women, and that's the only point of looking good, because why would you bother as a man to look good? You think I dress good when I go outside to pick up women? Fuck women! I do it so I can look at myself in the reflection of storefront windows when I walk by, okay? Guys will be incredulous about women wearing makeup not to attract men, but you instantly get it the moment you do the same. Because you're like, oh, why are you wearing makeup if not to attract a guy? What the fuck else is the point of wearing makeup? To serve. And then if you dress well, you go out to serve. I already have a fucking partner, okay? I don't need to go out to serve. Once you have a partner, if you're only doing it to attract other people, the implication is you're either there to bait a partner or to keep the one you have from leaving you, okay? That shit's fucking sad. You don't just want to serve? You don't just enjoy serving? Anyway, Pride Month just ended, and a bunch of the fashion influencers who I follow, by the way, purely for the fashion stuff, not for any other reason. They just dress really good, and I'm envious of them. But all of them were some kind of progressive, you know, every single one. And that shit's nice. That makes me real happy, because that was not possible 3 years ago. 3 years ago, absolutely not. You know, it's all signified. It's, you know, and I see a lot of it too with the stuff I like, especially because I really like Western wear. And what's big in Western wear, right? Native American designs, you know, because the cowboys, to the extent that they existed in the American Southwest, you know, you have like Navajo or whatever, like there was a, you know, the designs in their robes and blankets, and you have like turquoise jewelries, like I'm wearing some right now that's very Native American coded. And you can tell, right? Like the way somebody talks about Native American contributions to fashion, which are dope, by the way, you can instantly tell, is this person a racist or not? And you know what? None of the fucks I follow were. They were all super, super cool. Just makes me happy, that's all. It's not about the clothes. It's about the communication. It's about the message. Tassels? I'm not a big tassel boy myself. I don't know if I can pull that off. The double RL Navajo collection, I still really wish that I could get it, though. A lot of these items are prohibitively expensive because they're like super limited range. But they look so fucking cool. Done in collab with I believe a Navajo artist. Could be off on that. I've shown these on stream before, but like Jesus H Christ, huh? Okay, now for my favorite fit. One on the left. Jesus Christ. Whew. Oh boy. That looks good. So how are you gonna talk about cowboy fits without, you know, Native American contributions? Naomi Glasses, by the way, is the artist. Can be yours too for only 50 trillion bucks. It's double RL. It's not cheap. There are cheaper Native American brands. GNU, I think. What event would you wear this to? Event? I'd go outside. Look, are you fucking kidding me? If I had that jacket and those patch pants, I would go. I'd go to a grocery store. People would look at you like slack-jawed. You kidding me? You don't, when you dress this well, you don't dress up for events. You just dress up. All right, I'm sorry. I got carried away with this, but it's genuine passion. And frankly, if you find that off-putting, I think that's a that you're revealing something negative about yourself, you know? You should, as a leftist, you should aspire to love life and lively things. So expensive, what the heck? It's double RL. Double RL is very expensive. I don't think all of the pricing of double RL is justifiable, but it is very high quality. Looks really great, but would it not be out of place though? No, you just have, no. You have to get over that. When you're serving, you have to go out and serve. You can't, if your thought is like, well, if I serve too hard, then people will judge me, then you can't serve. Your heart is still locked. You've put yourself in a cage. Yeah, you're out of place. You look too fucking good. What is serving? Cunt. It'll help you with your confidence. It will. You're more purposeful. You know what? Hey, I'm going to give some credit, okay? Shout outs. People in YouTube chat, more you held than usual. More you held than usual. Okay. You've all been very good. You've all been very good. That was a long one. That was a long one. I know that wasn't easy for you. You've been very good.